Hello, looks like we're doing another alien radio signal hunt tonight. So we're searching, let me change that over actually. We're searching on the hydrogen line. That's the channel on the radio dial there. Oh, done it again, haven't I? Sorry, guys. The channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize we are most likely to hear the hello. Is anybody else out there a message? Harko, how you doing? And move that down as well. Yes, so that's what we're doing tonight. So let's get ourselves live everywhere. There we go. Oh, let's roll this over as well. How are you doing there, A-Up, as well? Good to see you. So yeah, guys, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We're searching on the hydrogen line. That's the yellow line at the top of the screen there. It's a channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize we're most likely to hear the hello. Is anybody else out there? Message from an alien species there. Oh, good to see you in there, Harko, as well. There, Ahab, as well. I'm experiencing some spicy skies this week. Oh, you're expecting? Well, hopefully we're going to have some clear skies to observe that then. So yeah, if you're just joining us, we're looking for alien radio signals there. Coming in from amongst the stars. As the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star that has a planet that's inhabited and be sending us a message. Debster is in as well. Oh, you're both there as well, Harko. Now that is commitment, and thank you for the heart as well. And GW, good to see you. Yeah, we've not been available everywhere, have we, this week? But we're hoping that the internet is now stable enough to do everything. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You can let me know if there are any issues tonight as well there. But how is everyone doing? We're getting to the end of the weekend now, aren't we? But it is a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. In fact, I've noticed that our alignment is slightly off. So give me 2 seconds. Just going to mess this around. We need that to be about, about there to align ourselves perfectly. There we go. We've now got that sorted. Oh, yeah, so how is everybody's weekend going there? Lamorgs is in as well, I assume, Tickers too. Yes, it's an alien radio signal hunt tonight. So we haven't got our interference signal, which is interesting in of itself, but the old background level there does seem to be reasonably high, although on the percentage it's a little bit lower. Some interesting, less undulations. So I wonder what that means about the old signals coming in there. And thank you for tapping away there, guys. All the tapping away and sending the stream around to your friends and family. It helps us reach more and more similar-minded people there, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. And hello, Blue Nose. Thank you for the potato there. It tickles me, that does there as well. DJ, how are we doing? I'm frustrated we missed a brilliantly clear sky last night, but I didn't get in until like 11 there, so hey ho, but we're here. And Paul, how you doing over on there as well? Good to see you there, matey. Yes, we're running across all of them today, TikTok there and there. So let us know how the signal is across everywhere. Is it nice and consistent? But yeah, we're going to be looking for alien radio signals tonight. Difter is still in range. That is a star 96.3 light years from Earth. And if we were to receive a signal from that star, it would require 104.31 gigawatts of power to get that over here. That's a phenomenal amount of power to send those signals. No wonder the aliens aren't sending them constantly. So this is a little bit of a lot of people have a bit of misunderstanding around these radio signals. You know, if they're all out there, why are we not picking up the aliens TV, the aliens radio signals and things like that? And the truth is that those signals are very, very low powered, and these distances are so vast there. Even our radio and television signals, technically they've travelled like 120, 130 light years away from us, but they're so faint. You would need a dish the size of a planet to detect some of them, and we have the same problem in reverse here. So we would need a very, very, very large dish there, possibly bigger than any radio telescope we've got here on Earth to hear the television signals from that far away. But not all signals are that low powered. The old radar is quite a high-powered one, and obviously then if you're sending a SETI message, you will purposely make that one very high-powered, so you know it's going to do the distance there, and it's going to go that far. So that's what we're on the lookout for tonight, that purposeful message there from an alien civilization that might be choosing to reach out amongst the stars. And over the years there have been a few interesting signals just like that, most notably the WOW signal from back in the late 1970s. That's a very good candidate signal, but it's not the only one. And the frequencies of these signals. The detection frequency has gone up quite dramatically. The last few years there have been quite a few interesting number of candidate signals detected, so our odds keep going up there. You're on both there. That is commitment, you guys. I appreciate that one, Paul, as well there. And as Lamore says there, you can see a bit more of the screen elsewhere there, so at the thing UFO. And for when we're doing this one, there is, as you'll see in a second, there we go, look, there's actually more analysis going on. So you only see this the middle section over on TikTok, but over the middle left there, you're actually seeing the waveform analysis for the sound, the audio that we're picking up there. And behind me there is a live sky map that shows you where our dish is pointing, what stars are in range there, and obviously the ones that are about to come in range too. And to the middle right is that information on the stars that are in range there. And B, good to see you. How has your weekend been going there? OGV is in the house as well. Catch up across the deck here. I think we're up to date. But yeah, so that's what we're doing tonight, the live alien radio signal hunt there. That red box that keeps popping up, that is the micro signal analysis, and what that's doing is that's looking in that background noise, that the middle waves there. So this, where's my cursor, this section here, and it's also this bit here, that is the background noise in radio there of the universe. Scientists say that is the cosmic microwave background, is the faint echoes still there from the Big Bang, which is awesome to think in of itself, really. But as we talked about a minute ago, those signals are probably going to be so faint by the time they reach us all the way over here. So if they're weaker than that background sound, we're going to lose them in amongst all of that noise there. We're not going to be able to filter out the intelligent bits there, kind of like when you're at a concert and the music is so loud you can't hear your friend talk, but maybe you get a word in, maybe you get a syllable and you know they're saying something but you can't quite make it out. That's kind of what's going to go on there with that red box. It's looking for those fragments of a signal to give us a clue that there might be something in there trying to come through there. Rachel is in. How are you doing, Rachel? Good to see you there as well. And V, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. It all goes back into the stream there. And also, not just those, but these ones go back in as well. But this Thursday, so we've moved it to Thursday for this week. Thursday at 11 PM UK time, we're going to be doing our next deep dive over there on that platform there, and it is going to be a whistleblower that is talking, oh my god, I can't remember what the points of it was now, but they claim to work with the UFOs, sensor equipment and stuff like that. It is absolutely a good read, and it's a fresh one. It's a new potential whistleblower there, so that's going to be a really good deep dive there. And I've had a look for a skim through it, talking about us being related, potentially the aliens are our cousins, and that ties in with a lot of other things that we have heard, doesn't it there? So that's going to be a really good deep dive. And if you go to the top of our TikTok page there is a code that gives you it for free for a month, so you'll be able to catch that one for free, plus the second one in December, or no, the January's first one, and watch back all the previous ones if you're interested there. And Ticker says, we were contacted by BBC Wiltshire reporter this week who wants to do a feature on the stream. Yes, so we have emailed them. So that's interesting, isn't it? Maybe we'll get a few new people locally if they hear that one when it happens there. Doing okay-ish. How you, Lilia? We're okay, but I kind of feel the okay-ish. I'm a bit worn out today, but we're all good. We're all good. They've been missing my visitors and been feeling down. Well, maybe that'll be the time when they can come in. Then maybe they can sense that. Well, fingers crossed it starts to pick up for you there. Do you feel better? No, not at all. I feel tired there as well. Yeah, so Tigger's the reporter, isn't? Did you say it was on the 60th anniversary of the Warminster thing? So that'll be interesting there, because that's what we're named after, isn't it? The UFO flap that happened here in the 60s and 70s there. Our little chance to explore and see if it's still going on there as well. There, we're feeling, I'm less coldy, so no flu. I think I'm picking up on that front. But now I've just died. There, they can sense it. That's what I was feeling. That's the words that I was looking for there. There's a connection to it there. Exactly. Well, hopefully they will sense it this time, and you can let us know if they come through again as well there. Tell Alan to give you a cuddle. I'm not sure if that would make me feel better or worse, V. You know what he's like. A cuddle, then a probing. That's Alan. Speaking of probing, and we will get your passport stamped if anybody needs a stamp for the SETI stream. We can get those done in a minute there. And what's everyone been up to, DJ? Very, very good question. What have you all been up to over the weekend? What have you guys been up to there? And hey up, it's insane. Alan is going to be famous to put Errol out of the room. We'll have ideas. He'll have his own show, Errol. There, but yeah, that's the point. Yeah, they don't want to interview me; they want to interview Alan to get the voice for it as well. Went to see Santa today. V, have you been a good girl? What did Santa say there? There. I've been trying meditation again. I've been trying to ask them stuff. That meditation, the consciousness connection there, like people talk about that being very, very, very effective, and it's on my to-do list. I've started very loosely looking into it, but we do want to start dabbling with that ourselves, get some experience in that range there. And lots of really good reads in the Discord this week. Oh my god, yeah, there are some really, really good ones there that you put in. So I'm still not up to date, but you know the one you was talking about, we've mentioned it before on the stream, isn't it, that actually, if you don't take the religion too literally there, if you take it as you know, an interpretation based on the understandings of the time and those cultural lenses, then they actually talk about the phenomena that we're all talking about here today. And it is very, very similar there, like many of them. So that was an interesting read as well there. So guys, if you do want to check that one out, interesting things section over there on that one. And I've also got a very healthy free atlas section there, all the latest news as well, as long with your first-hand accounts with the phenomena. We'd love to hear those as well if you want to put them in there as well. And Yoda, how are you doing? Thank you for joining our little community. And if you've not yet clicked through, make sure you've joined our little club there, and you get those notifications when we go live. Where are you joining us from tonight, Yoga there? Oh, you're on the good list, you think. But you're on Alan's good list. I think you are on Alan's good list there. I think that it's the Octorians. So a very interesting, something that I really want to do, but it's a little bit too detailed for my very ADHD brain here, is I would love to get a better understanding of the night sky and all of the stars that have these connections with potential visitors there. I think there's going to be some more information if we can understand where we're pointing our dish at, where we're pointing that camera to, and is there a connection, a history, a link there between the reports that people have with those direct experiences there as well. And V, thank you for the gift there as well. And it absolutely works. I'm happy to do a recording of the CE5 to play, so we can do the CE5. Oh man, that would be a really cool shout there actually. So it's on my over Christmas to go and to really get into that. I skimmed it, but yeah, the CE5 is, I think, going to be the entry point for us here. And V,
nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan. Put his little Christmas hat on there. DJ, I've just been trying to sell my Liverpool FC autographs. I'm very good at buying, but I'm awful at selling. Awful at it. I have a total block for things like that as well. So do I. As I just keep getting that same response back from them. Really. So I mean, I've not tried it at all yet, but I think 100% there's going to be something to it, isn't there? The ADHD is bad today, and what is the Warminster thing? So, B, don't worry, I probably haven't mentioned it in a while actually. So, Warminster is the small town here in Wiltshire where we're based, and back in the 60s and 70s there was a UFO flap here that went on for like the whole 10 years there. And Linux user, hello, how are you doing? Good to see you in. There was a whole flap here that went on for 10 years, and that's what makes it a little bit different. It's just the length of time that it was consistently going on here. There was everything: crashes, abductions, lights in the sky, lost time, weird sounds, and you name it, it had absolutely everything, this one. And again, solidly over that 10-year period. In fact, it was so consistent that people travelled quite regularly here on the weekends from all over the country and internationally to come and experience it. And one story, although it's not unique, one story really always sticks out of me, and there was I can't remember his name, but he was a pretty famous New York radio DJ, and he heard about this, took a holiday over here to experience it, had such a phenomenal encounter with the phenomena that he didn't leave. He stayed. He quit his job, he quit his career, and stayed here to be with the phenomena. But another DJ did that as well, which is quite funny. It's just something about DJs there, and I've got a loose connection to radio, so maybe it's a third time's a charm. But yeah, it's a long history here in this little town. So they called it The Thing because you couldn't really pin it down to any particular element of the phenomena, so it's a very vague one, and that's where we got the name for it there as well. Loving the stickers, feed him. Loving that they're together 100% there. Kept asking them, are you the Tall Greys, the Palladians, or the Octorians? Octorians, I probably got that wrong. For a while, I actually forgot about the Octorians. There's quite a few, and this is probably just scratching the surface, isn't it? There. Oh yes, we are doing the podcast. I hit a little stumbling block with that one, but there you go. There's the artwork. We've got the trailer up, and I need to get the rest of the episodes finished for that. But we are going to do a 6-part deep dive into it for those as well there. Thank you for the reminder. A up as well. It's very cool, yeah. So we're here really to see, is it still going on in this little town? And when we do our live on locations, that is one of the main locations where they all used to go in the 60s and the 70s. In fact, our first on location it was like the end of August this year, the first time we took the equipment up the hill, and that was on the 60th anniversary of those events up in the place where they used to have those experiences there as well. No probes as well there. Good to hear it. So guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We are searching the stars, hoping to hear ET saying hello. We're listening on a frequency called the hydrogen line. That is the yellow line at the top of the screen there. And it's also the channel on the radio dial, the frequency that scientists theorize that we're most likely to hear the message, hello, is anybody else out there? And over the years, we have detected as a species a good number of interesting potential radio signals there, and that's what we want to do tonight there. So hopefully as the Earth rotates, our dish is going to be sweeping across the sky there, passing on over and off of various stars. Hopefully it's going to have one that's going to be sending us a message. It is a case of right place, right time there, so you never know again if you're going to be in the right place at the time for it. And that's why we have to do it a few times. These are much, much rarer than UAP sightings, but because they are much rarer, they are that much a bit sweeter there. You know, it is a bit like winning the old, I can't say the L word, but it is like winning that, because they are so much rarer there. Morgana, hello, how are you doing? How is your weekend going? So the skies aren't playing ball. So we're not doing the UFO Sky Watch tonight. We're doing an alien radio signal hunt there. But if you've not seen it before, there's some footage for you. We do a live UFO UAP Skywatch there, coming to you from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country. And obviously we do the radio signal stream, SETI stream like we're doing now, when the clouds aren't playing ball. We can't get the camera out. But if the moon is up full, we get a really good lens there, and we can see all the craters, all the details, and talk about how weird the moon is as well. So make sure, just like Rocketeer here as well, that you've joined our little community, so you get those notifications when we go live. Rocketeer, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Weekend was wonderful, relaxing and fun, sleeping late. I love to hear that. That is what we want, especially at this time of year there. Like yesterday was a surprising one for me. I thought I was going to be worn out from doing it there, but it was the first time in a very, very long time that I can think that I've been able to be present, I think is the word there. So that was nice. I'm hopeful for the Christmas break. We'll see. We will see there. And Rocketeer, I saw a UFO in Chelmsford, Essex last month. Rocketeer, so I'm from Essex. So we've moved here to Wiltshire, beginning part of the beginning part of the year. And when I was in Essex, it was too light polluted, sort of Southend and Basildon sort of area there. So very built up, and I never saw anything UFO related. But just like yourself there, I have started to see so many people talking about sightings in Essex, and even on the stream, people are coming in, like yourself, saying there's so much there. It was never there when I was there. I missed out on it there. What sort of sighting? That sounds fantastic, Rocketeer. Like, was it a light in the sky behaving strangely, or was it like a physical craft with some shape and detail there? I'd love to hear about that one. Thank you for sharing it there. And what did we do yesterday? Oh, so we had family. So now we've moved to the other side of the country. We have to kind of allot time to make sure we see all of the various sides of the family. So that was Saturday, and so this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be on Sunday night next Sunday, but next Friday and Saturday again away for family, so there'll be no streams those days. But it means we're going to make up for it, aren't we? The rest of this week. So hopefully we'll catch you for those there, and then as well. And sightings are globally 100% there. This is, I mean, people say, don't they, a lot, that, oh, why is it always the Americans that get all the sightings? If UFOs were real, why is it just in America? And that's, that's not the case. America has obviously a large, a disproportionate degree of the media coverage, because they run all of the media outlets there, so they're going to get that extra coverage. But the sightings themselves are absolutely everywhere, all over the place as well, and you don't have to look too far for that as well to see it. Morgana, thank you for the heart, appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. Is Pete going to pet sit for you? I've got my mother coming around actually to do that one, so we're covered there. But can you imagine Pete trying to fight the birds? We've got to get him on location, and I'm hoping at some point over the Christmas period there'll be a clear sky that we can align to do something on location as a Christmassy little bonus there. And as you say, make sure you report your sightings on either Enigma or New Fork. So very, very important to do that there. So then they're on the record. And they can be counted in all of these wider data searches there, but then other people can see them as well. So Enigma Labs is a very, very good app there, or MUFON, good call there. But yeah, Enigma Labs is a very, very good one there. So the other two are more traditional UFO hunting groups, long history there, very credible and very interesting, well worth doing it. But the Enigma Labs ones is interesting. They're one of these funky new tech startups that are tackling reporting of UFOs and UAPs there. So the sort of thing you kind of want to encourage as much as possible there, because you can get their app and you can scroll through all of the latest sightings and things like that. So well worth contributing to all of those. Excuse me. There, and B, did we ever figure out what Pete saw the other night? I'm leaning towards it being the Christmas tree in the Dyson car park, so I can't say 100%. Most people in the town were confused, but the only thing in that direction in the sky there was the Dyson factory, and there was reports that their car park has a very large Christmas tree with blue lights on it. So I haven't seen it for myself to confirm it, but I do lean slightly that way there. Looks like a spinning metallic propeller shot through the clouds. Wow, that is a sighting and a half. That is. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've heard one like that as well. That is. Did you by chance get any images of it? I'd love to see that. That is pretty cool. How long did it last as well? And it makes sense, bright lights, clouds reflecting. Yeah, I mean, there was lots of good suggestions, weren't there, like football stadiums and matches or car parks. And I think 100%, it did look like the light bouncing up, didn't it, and reflecting down from the cloud. But there isn't a football stadium there, and there wasn't the car parks. There was nothing that was different that night versus all of the others. He's lived there, like 10, 12 years or something. So it's interesting. So maybe something seasonal, like a Christmas tree, could account for that. My sister, I thought she had seen something too. Really? I mean, it might not be a Christmas tree. This is the thing. I haven't got 100% confirmation on it. So then we don't know. Tickets as well. Brazil, where in the world are you? Where's Brazil? I'm not seeing messages. I must be missing some people. Apologies, guys, if I've missed you there. Sometimes TikTok filters it out. It doesn't tell us either. Away there. Joseph is in. How are you doing? Have you had a good weekend, Joseph? And Morgana there. Thank you for the gifts. Appreciate all that. It goes back into the stream. Lasted about 5 seconds. I think this was also videoed in Rayleigh on the same night there. So that gives you a good bit of perspective as well. So Chelmsford and Rayleigh, they're north and south of each other there. So that can help you plot trajectory, basically. There, and it could also tell you where in the world it is there. You can not quite triangulate, you can biangulate, is that a word? You've got 2 points there, so if they're both seeing it in between there, that is very, very interesting. You have the video. Oh man, Rocketeer, I'd love to see the video as well. If you've posted on TikTok, just tag us in it or something like that. Would love to see that as well. And Norman, how are we doing? Good to see you in there. The message hasn't come up, but hello. I was worried if our messages on the other apps wasn't working for a second there. They seem to have stalled, but maybe it's just quiet there. 1450, have you listened to that? No, so we haven't listened to 1450, sadly. So we are focused particularly on the hydrogen line here because 2 reasons. Well, 3 actually. The main one is that is where those past signals have been heard there. The wow signal, the weird signal, all of those other interesting signals have been heard around this frequency range. But Also, because it's reserved for listening only, nobody is allowed to transmit on this frequency. It helps us filter out signals that could be, human or technological from here in nature as well. But the third point, and probably the most important, is out of all of the channels on the dial, scientists theorize this is the most likely place for ET to put that message, because it's so useful for radio astronomy, for listening and learning about the universe there. There's always going to be eyes and ears on this frequency. Regardless of what your communication technology might be, this will always be monitored. And if our scientists know this, the ET scientists would know this too if they've got radio technology. So yeah, if you want a message to be heard, this is the place for it. But there are other interesting frequencies, I think, as you quite rightly say there. There you've got, I think they call it the watering hole. So it's from the hydrogen line, and it's up a bit there. And I think there's a mathematical alignment, or is it that it's all the elements, like this is the hydrogen line, because hydrogen gas naturally emits a radio frequency on this line. There's a few of these, but just not as good. But there's this whole section on the channel, the dial there, that are proposed that could be the place where they put those messages as well. There, we'd like to search those, but we're not actually. I think we probably could do 1450, but the others we can't. Like 1.6 is reported to be heavily linked with the phenomena as well, and sadly our dish is refined for down this end at the minute, so we want to figure out a way of doing those at some point as well. There as well. Phrase, hello, and thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Alan appreciates that. Where are we in the chat there? Loving the hashtags as well. Guys, that tapping away. You're sending the stream around there to your friends and families. How we reach more and more people there, make more friends, and you never know who's going to come in with what experience that they're going to share there around the phenomena. We can all learn a bit there, so we do appreciate that one there. And if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We're searching on the hydrogen line, that's the yellow line at the top of the screen there, and it's the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize we're most likely to hear that message. Hello, is anybody else out there? So as the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star with a planet that's inhabited and sending us a signal there. But it is a bit right place, right time. You have to put in the hours there to do that. And more, can the video be posted on the Discord? Oh, that's a good point there. So I don't know, Rocketeer, if you use that platform there, we have a button to click through at the top of our profile there on TikTok, if you did want to join that. And then we've got a personal experience section where you can post videos and clips and stuff, and that way they don't just disappear after the stream. So I know our community would love to see it there if you are on that app. She said it looked silver and metallic. No noise at first glance. She thought it was a drone, so it's a real proper object sighting there. So I thought you was mentioning like Pete had that sighting of the blue sky at night there. It was a similar to like that, but no, that sounds like a proper UAP sighting. That is very interesting for your sister there, Rachel. Feed him exactly that. And Morgana.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Oh, and A up.
Thank you for the alien pets, guys.
Thank you therefore feeding Alan, keeping him at bay. 1.6 is reserved for the Earth to Space Communications app, 100%, and that is why it makes it a little bit difficult for us to search on it, because it has that prosaic explanation, that prosaic explanation there, that use for mainstream technology. We wouldn't know if we did get a signal. We wouldn't know if it is a UFO or is it just an explainable link there. But maybe if we, I think we thought about this before, if we combined it with a UFO skywatch and we were seeing an anomaly and getting a signal, maybe that could work there. Rocketeer, I'll check the link after the stream there. Thank you for that. As well, guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We're searching on a frequency called the hydrogen line, and that is the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize we're most likely to hear the message, hello, is anybody out there, from an alien species, if they are out there. And over the years, there have been a number of interesting signals received right here, right where that yellow line is at the top of the screen there. Most notably, the WOW signal from the late 1970s there had all of the hallmarks of an intelligent technological signal not coming from this Earth there, one of our best candidates. But there have been others, and there have been regular others from our close stellar neighbours. So what's, I'm trying to think the name now, there's the BLC1 signal. So officially they wrote it off as as it's probably satellite or electronic interference there, but the key word is probably. It's not something they can scientifically replicate, and they couldn't find a source for it, so they're going, well, probably just interference there. But that's not very scientific. So the interesting thing about that signal is, again, it's our closest stellar neighbour there, Proxima Centauri, potentially sending us radio signals. And that's not the only potential signal from there as well. So it's very, very interesting to see there. But there's also another one called the Ross 128 signal. So Ross 128 is a red dwarf star about 11 light years, I believe, from us. That's quite close. It's on the same street. It's a couple of doors down in space terms for us there. And it's a red dwarf star. But what makes this very interesting, other than it has this signal that appears to be coming from that star, is that we know that there is a planet in orbit of that star that's within its habitable zone. So we know of a potential source for it there. 100% Rocketeer, and thank you for sharing it there. DJ, have you ever picked up the Black Knight satellite? Very, very good one. So we haven't actually, but there is a phenomena that we do want to start exploring, and it works more when you transmit. So the Black Knight, guys, for you that don't know, is a proposed alien satellite or probe that's been in the orbit of Earth there, monitoring us the whole time. There's a few interesting images online, but there's also a hell of a lot of reports of things up there from people that work with satellites and monitor these things, that there are objects. There's a lot of known objects in orbit that we just don't know what they are or where they come from. So it would make sense, wouldn't it, that an alien species might want to monitor our planet there. Earth has been giving off a biosignature, so it's been screaming that it's had life for billions of years. So if there's any alien race out there that has the technology that we have today, they would have been able to detect that for billions of years. So what would you do? What would we do? Well, we'd put a probe in orbit there to monitor it, to keep an eye to see what's happening. And the theory would be that how would you communicate? How would you take it to the next step if you don't know their language, you don't know their technology? Well, radio is easy. Radio is one of the first on the tech tree there that you're going to get. So what you'd do is you'd listen out for radio messages, and then when you hear one coming from that Earth, Marcus is in. Hello, Marcus. How are you doing? I hope you've all been well.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan. But yeah, you would, when you hear that signal from that species, you would reply back. But you not have a message, just repeat that signal back there. You don't have to learn their language then. You don't have to worry about any encoding or anything. You're just sending that signal back. That is enough to say that that is intelligent. And people are picking that up here. They have the whole time we've been playing with radio. In fact, some of those really, really early broadcasts there, Tesla talked about this, Marconi talked about this, weird signals. So maybe people are interacting there. Now, we sadly don't do any transmitting. It's something that we're looking into doing, but we don't at the minute do any transmitting, so we've not got a chance to get those signals, anything repeated back. But it's a whole other part of this. We talk about the long delay echoes there and Lagrange points. Tank is in. How are you doing, Tank? As well there. Robert Hastings is on a live interview right now. Oh, excellent there. So Robert Hastings is the author of UFO and Nukes. So again, we all know the correlation between nuclear and the UFO phenomena. He's a big part to play in that as well. So let us know if there's anything good there. And Beatrice thinks we have hundreds of transients. So again, the scientists recently that did the paper looking back through historical photographic plates of the night sky noticed something in those images there, noticed possible evidence of many reflections from objects in low Earth orbit there. But this was a time before man-made satellites, so what the hell were those things? It's all very interesting there. And what's Maven? What's Maven? Is that a telescope? Let us know on that one there. Where Alan is out gloriously 100%, and he knows it there. He had another sighting in 2011. Again, we would love to hear about that one as well, or Rocketeer there. And Geo2, Geo2, sorry if I'm getting that totally wrong there, but welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us. Where are you watching from tonight there? And Apollo 1 said there was a few things up there. I mean, even the Gemini astronauts earlier on there's people have said for a long time there is a little bit of something going on up there. It may not be as clear cut as the mainstream would like you to think there. Billy Carson says there is a cloaked star system, and that's where BKS comes from, allegedly. I mean, I don't know about the star system, but I'm open to any of these things there. I've not heard that one. It's very, very interesting. A whole cloaked star system. I mean, if you had the technology, maybe there is enough of a threat out there that would be what you would want to do there. Because that's a good point. I've never actually heard any connections between who the Black Knight satellite might be related to, because we have a few in the UFO, the alien lore. There are a handful, as Rachel mentioned earlier, the Arcturians and the Palladians and all this sort of stuff like that, the Greys from Zeta Reticuli and things like that. There are a few legends that may have an element of truth to them. Maybe they came from real experiences passed down through the time there. So maybe, you know, we can start apportioning some of these effects, some specific craft, some things like the Black Knight satellite, to actual particular beings from a particular location. And has anyone else experienced that? A falling, but it could have been an orb or something different there. Has anyone experienced that? And Rio is in. Good to see you there, Rio. And think the Black Knight has been here for thousands of years, 100%. It would make sense, wouldn't it? It would make sense to have something in orbit, especially with the amount of objects up there that are just in that unknown data there. Oh, the Mars orbiter started to analyze 3i. All of a sudden stopped responding. Now that would be an interesting term, Tank. I like that one. Very good there. How are we doing, Raf? So that is an interesting... I've got to process that one. That could be very interesting on multiple levels there, Tank. But how are you doing, Raf? Good to see you in. There. And Rio as well. I was at work yesterday from 2 p.m. to late. Oh, that's a long old shift. Well, don't worry, you didn't miss anything. We didn't come on in the end. I was out with family. So you didn't miss it. So it was a lovely clear sky, but I didn't make it back in time. And DJ Techno as well. Thank you for joining us there. Do appreciate that. Building up a little club of sky watchers. Where are we there? And it's orbits, pole to pole, which is very difficult for us to replicate. V, you're 100% right there. So the easiest orbit for us is along the equator, in the direction of the Earth's spin there, right? So that's easy. Basically, you're chucking it up and letting gravity sort of take its course there. And that's why a lot of those space centres are as close to the equator as possible. It's easier for them to launch a rocket, quite sometimes substantially so. But there are better places for certain different orbits there. If you want to send it in reverse, that's a retrograde orbit there. But polar orbits are very interesting there. So a lot of the time there's no point in sending any like a communication satellite pole to pole, because it's going to spend most of its time not over any land. It's not very efficient. Whereas if you're sending it around the equator, there it is it's going to catch land most of the time. So we haven't had a lot of uses. Now there are some uses for them, and we have started putting them up there, but it did take quite a while to do that. A lot of technology and a lot of energy to do that one. So 100% there be as well. That would be typical of our technology. I feel like they have access to ours too. I think they probably would. You know, some people say they can even mimic it. Again, during the New Jersey drone flap about this time last year, there was all this talk of images and videos of the craft potentially mutating from orbs and mysterious things into planes and stuff there. Oh, did you post us? You posted that one in the Discord about that. I didn't even catch that one. God, I'm a nightmare there. Their tickers too. BBC Wiltshire have contacted us about the stream and the 60th anniversary of the Warminster thing. They have. So hopefully we're going to have a chat to them. Maybe we can make some new friends there. A bit of extra press for us. And Annie as well, welcome aboard there. Thank you for joining our little community. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And if you are just joining us, we are doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We are searching the stars, hoping to hear ET saying hello. We're using radio. We've got a very large radio antenna that's pointing up to the sky, and as the Earth rotates, that dish will sweep across the sky, passing on, over and off of various stars and their planets. And we're listening on the hydrogen line. That's the yellow line at the top of the screen, and it is the channel on the radio dial, the frequency that scientists theorize we're most likely to hear those messages from a potential extraterrestrial species there. Over the years, we have heard some very interesting things on this frequency. There's a number of good candidate signals. That's what we're listening out for tonight there. But do say hello if you're just joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. And how do you feel about the phenomena there? Do you think we're all alone? Do you think this is pointless? Or do you think that... oh, everything's gone wrong there. Do you think that... life is abundant and it is only a matter of time before everybody gets to hear it and see the evidence of these things? So love to hear your thoughts there, and either way is welcome there. And Paul, can you get the space station? So in principle, yes, we can. I can't at the second because we've got the wrong type of dish on basically for that, but at some point we can, and obviously it has to be going over us at the time for us to be able to catch it there. Probably on eBay there. And Paul as well, thank you for joining us. Appreciate that, matey. Oh, why have we suddenly got an unstable internet connection? That is very frustrating, guys. Did that get a bit unstable for you guys, or was it just flashing an alert for no reason? Did you see how they reacted to drones on Skinwalker Ranch Freak? No, I've not seen the drones, but I've seen this anomalous bubble on old Skinwalker Ranch there. That's interesting. They fired fireworks through it and things like that, seeing how it interacts. I've seen those. So it is building interest, and I think there's a lot more interest out there. It just doesn't get the attention, does it, for it to naturally kind of pick up a little bit. But times are changing, and I think we will get around there as well. And thank you guys for the tapping away and sending the stream around there to your friends. That is how we reach everybody there. More and more like-minded people there, getting eyes and minds on the phenomena, sharing our experiences, understanding all that is going on there. And thank you for that too. Where are we? So it was... oh no, Rachel's had a bad one. But thank you for the heads up there. Was hoping our internet was going to have resolved all these, but it looks like it's still struggling, doing it everywhere at once. And we're slightly not enough internets for that. Maybe. We'll have to make a decision on that one. It's such a good show. I can't wait for you to watch it. Hopefully Christmas I'm going to get a chance to binge and catch up on it there. Let's have a look as well. No, you're having a chat there. No Fray Bentos tonight. Chili con carne instead. I wasn't going to ask, Raph. I wasn't going to ask, but you know, you got to mix up the diet occasionally. Or is it a chili con carne flavoured Fray Bentos pie? To me, Robert Hastings had already done his part of disclosure. I mean, he's already done a lot for it there. Lots of meteors last night as well, the Germans. So you're right there, and I'm very frustrated that we missed it. I would have loved to have caught that. But we did have the other day, we had quite a few, even though it wasn't the peak of the stream, we did catch quite a few awesome ones there. So where are we in all of the chats? And let me catch up there. I've been in 3 documentaries. Bempton Phenomena. I haven't even heard of that one. I mean, if you've got a link for it, send it round. I want to see that one. So Bempton, is that up north, isn't it? The northeast coast. Am I thinking Bempton right there? There's an old radar bunker around that one. Sorry, super quiet today. Just hard. No worries, B. No worries. You take it as easy as you need to. There. It's always good to see you in though. And bringing down the light again. I haven't heard that, but if you've got links, East Yorkshire. That's what I was thinking. Right on the coast. I haven't heard of the phenomena, but if you've got a link, I would love to have a see of that. And Tickers is right there. You never have to apologise. But it's always good to see you when you're feeling up to it. Just thought you'd get it out there before we asked. Yeah. Cool. 160 at last. That is insane. Yeah, we were frustrated. It's a nice clear night as well, but I wasn't back in time, so I'm a bit frustrated we missed that one. But hey, it's going to happen sometimes, sadly. Exactly right. All friends. So you don't have to worry. It's all just for us to have a bit of fun together. Let me catch up there. Where are we? No, we are up to date. Hold on, let me take a quick drink. Ben Henson. I don't think I have, Rachel. Does he go by his name, or has he got like a catchy name? I'm not big on TikTok ones because I get too addicted if I actually watch TikTok myself. I'm more on the that one. But I don't. The name doesn't ring a bell. Together, V. Exactly. There. Pulsing there. Truth proof. I will totally forget. That's the problem. When I come off of the stream, I totally forget everything everybody's told me. I get so tired. But if I'm tagged or if there's a message or something, then 100% I will see those. The target is that where you're listening. Yes, so the guys, you can see it on the horizontal. You TikToks can't see it sadly because my screen's blocking it there. But yeah, the target. So the actual solid colour, the square with the circle target, that is the main catchment zone. But then you've got the outer pulsing ring, which is if the signal is particularly strong enough or directed enough, then that could be the catchment area as well there. So there's plenty of stars in shot at the minute. They're just further away. So the ones that are highlighted are sort of the closer ones normally. But there still are plenty of stars in shot. We just haven't got a really close one in there at the minute. Loving the stickers there, DJ. Oh, it's on tubes as well. He talks to other folk who have had experiences with them. No, I don't think I've caught him, Rachel. I'll have to, again, I will totally forget, but I'll have to try and on my repertoire of ones there. He's had his own experiences too. Interesting. Yeah, it's not one that's come up for me, although we've got another one to be checking out later tonight. A fresh one from Jesse Michaels today that I haven't seen just yet. Where is? No, where's my? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to check. Where's? I try to look for my settings. There's normally a little thing that pops up here and tells us what our connection is like. I have no idea where to actually bring it up. I want to make sure that it is consistent. Where is it hiding? No, that's not going to work. Sorry guys, a little bit of distraction there. Right. V, did I miss your feeding Alan?
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for that, guys. If you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We are searching the hydrogen line. That's the yellow line on top of the screen. It's the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize we're most likely to hear the hello is anybody else out there message. And yeah, there have been a number of good ones throughout the years. Obviously, the WOW signal gets mentioned a lot, and rightly so. It's a good one. But there are many and many more interesting ones. And I mean, the universe it's a stranger place than we, I think, can even conceive of. We're still bound conceptually, aren't we, by the things that we understand. We have to attach our knowledge to something known. To make those jumps, it's very, very difficult. No, hello, how are you doing? Good to see you in there. Now, I found out about another phenomena last night that I had never heard of, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around what that means and how it can affect us here. But you've heard of dark energy, and you've heard of dark matter. There's something else called dark flow. Now, in scientific terms, dark means they don't know what it is, but they think they've seen its effect there. So if I was invisible and I punched Alan in the face and he got a bruise, that would be, you know, a dark bruise or a dark punch there, because you wouldn't be able to see the source. They just call it a dark fist. There we go, that's the word I was looking for. So it's kind of like that. And so with dark matter, they can see that galaxies are being moved, you know, being affected by gravity, which requires mass, and they've added up all of the mass of the known things in the universe and go, there isn't enough of it to cause this much gravitational effect. Well, that means there must be some other mass that we can't see, smell, touch, you know, whatever it is. It's very weakly interacting there. So they call it dark matter. Then dark energy is the same. We're seeing those effects there, but an energy source. But dark flow is very, very interesting. So this is basically it's that gravitational interaction again. But there are a handful of galaxies that have been noticed when they've been looking again that cosmic microwave background as far out as we can see to the bounds of the edge of the universe. There, they're right in the very edge. We'll never see past it because, you know, the speed of light and the rate of the universe expansion there, the light that leaves any stars or galaxies beyond that point will just never catch up to us. For us, it's a bubble that we'll never ever see or get any information past there. So we call it, the edge of the universe there. But the galaxies that are on the edge, but within our bubble, side of it there, they seem to be being pulled very fast outside of the universe there, more than expected. So there's a flow, they're flowing out, and at the rate they've done the maths there must be something or some things that are just absolutely incomprehensibly massive there on the outside of the known universe, that are pulling, that have that gravitational effect there to pull those galaxies towards them and out of our visible universe. Now, I mean, we know of some pretty massive things in here, like, supermassive black holes and things like that, but what the hell, if these guys saying incomprehensibly massive, they're pulling multiple galaxies on the outside of our universe, and we'll never see them, they're too far away. Get your heads around that now, some dark flow with that. That's a new one to add to the confused list, I think. Where are we? Let me scroll up here as well. God, there's a few messages as well. There's Alan V. They talk about the beings in a very negative light, though. I mean, you've had positive experiences there, and I think it's important for whichever side, because if you've had a good experience or if you've had a bad experience, no wonder you're going to lean a particular way. But I think, like in all things in life, we have to kind of come back to the middle and realise that our own experiences might not be 100% of what is going on. So I think, if you've had a bad experience there, you've got to, kind of leave the door open for positive as well, and also on the flip for it. But it still could be quite interesting. DJ, I don't think I could talk about my big experience. Someone may think I'm more mental than I am. Not here, DJ. You'll be fine here, but you don't have to if you're not ready to. But I can't imagine that we would as well. Mickey Ells, thank you for the heart as well. And Noel, good to see you, Noel. How are you? How is your weekend going? Don't be punching Alan. It's tempting sometimes. It's tempting. There. Dark Fish. Yeah, I didn't think of that one. That's we'll make the movie poster for that, Tickers, and that could be a merch t-shirt design there. And no, it's your birthday tomorrow. Well, we will be on tomorrow, so if we catch you then, maybe we'll have Alan to, if you're a birthday, happy birthday, but in advance, he says happy birthday to you there as well. Given a warning and not to punch Alan. But will I listen? Wolfman as well, thank you for the heart, appreciate that, and for joining our little community. Where are you watching from today? There, Hydrate, yes, I need to there. Hello, Mikhail, as well. Up, hasn't Voyager just broke the bubble and is outside transmitting? So that's of our solar system. So Voyager's got about one light day away on the edge of our solar system there. I think it's outside, or is it past the Oort cloud, something like that. But we're talking the edge of the universe, like to the edge of the known ones there. So close for that. And where are we? Right. I know some of us have good and bad. Exactly. Wolfman's well, thank you for joining our little crew there, guys. If you've not joined our little crew, click through there, subscribe or whatever it is, and make sure then you'll get those notifications when we go live, because we do something like this pretty much every night. If it's cloudy, we're doing this, the live alien radio signal hunt. If the skies are clear, though, as they were last night, and frustratingly we missed it, we do a live UFO UAP skywatcher there, so we see all the weird wonderful things happening there. And also, if the moon's up full, the moon's pretty damn weird, so we look for those anomalies there too. And yeah, you should get those notifications when we go live. Let's check over on the other ones, guys. I've been neglecting you. The target, oh no, I've done that one as well. Why is the local interference not there tonight? Raf, that is a good question. I have no damn idea. It looks like, though, that the general level is only about 47% is floating around that, when normally it's about 52, so there does seem to be like just a general drop. So I don't know. It's so hard to pinpoint. I'm not taking any equipment out, I've not changed anything, so I don't know what is going to be there causing that is there most of the time, but not 100% always there. Have you focused on Alpha Centauri? Tank, I would love to, but I think it's a Southern Hemisphere one, so we never get to see it here in the Northern Hemisphere, which is so frustrating, because I would absolutely love to start pointing it at some of those as well. quiet on New Jersey beaches, clouds too low, and can't see the European side. It's very cloudy here too there. And Scotland, how are we doing there? What's your opinion on the coordinates of the Pyramid of Giza matching the speed of light? So, I mean, there are so many things, isn't there, in like the measurements of the actual pyramids themselves. So it's partly it's pi, isn't it, or it's the measurement of the circumference of the Earth, or something like that. There's loads of stuff that's meant to be hard encoded into the structure itself. So the structure itself may be the message, maybe something like that, which I think is very, very, very interesting, but it's a bit above my pay grade to really kind of to fully understand and to be able to kind of argue it either way. I think I heard somebody talk about them as it's like there is a reasonable statistical chance of doing, or you could match it up to something a bit more known, and that is also then, I don't get the maths, but to me it sounds very, very anomalous there. The speed of light in a vacuum, which is meters per second. The latitude, the Great Pyramid of Giza, specifically its apex, is approximately to the north. So the thing about its coordinates, though, is we based our modern coordinate system, didn't we, based on Greenwich Mean Time. So that was the 1700s? We decided to do that. So that's those numbers from the Greenwich Meridian outward there. So would they have had a different? Would it have then been? Obviously, you can still divide up the same, but it's the starting point to where you start the number to count then up from. Would that get in the way, or would it have been a universal before that? I don't know there. And hello, Jolly. Alpha Centauri and Proxima is Centauri is 238,000 times further away than our sun. I don't know the maths, but it's bloody far. It's about 4.5 light years there. Inverting the number. I don't get that part of it there. Change the sums in a dimension, coincidence surely, or easy math, maybe. I mean, I'm a big fan. Again, this shows you breaking these things down to be quite simple there. That as above, so below. That certain things are going to reign across. They're just going to be. You can extrapolate the details at different levels of analysis. There. Oh, you're out tomorrow night. Oh well, no. That's we'll have to do your happy birthday now. Alan, can you say happy birthday to Noel?
Happy birthday, Noel.
There we go. So that's for tomorrow, though. Yeah. Alan's going to tell us if I'm being mean to him. I'm never mean to Alan. He's always mean to me, though. I hope you're doing something lovely, though, tomorrow night, Noel, for your birthday there. And it is strange when I was going through a struggle a while ago. Icarus was there in your bedroom. Icarus, as in, what, like the god? Icarus is is it Greek or is he Roman? He's Greek, isn't he? Icarus. Always getting them around the wrong way. I could be like, hey up, you'd be partying all the time. Hey up, you put me to shame. From a signs and patterns autistic point of view, the background noise sounds like a signal itself. I mean, B was talking about this as well, being able to notice something in the background there. To me, it's a lot of static, but I mean, if you're paying attention, 100% could be, it will be. I mean, there might be something within there. Owen, hello. To see that UFO over Edinburgh. I don't think I have, actually. I don't think I have. Where are we? And it's from Edinburgh. Oh, so what sort of was it? Is it a light in the sky, or was it some structured craft there? Oh, you've named a visitor that. I mean, well, I do think some of those things probably tie into. That might be where they came from. You know, we talk about these gods or these little g gods, don't we? that could well be the aliens like that. It might be literally, Rachel, how it all started. Yeah. But you've actually had that physically in the room with you. That is pretty awesome. Alan's also going to be on Cameo as well. Oh, Livingston now. That's not too far, is it? No, Alan's about 4,080. So, why do we have to go to TikTok to get this information? Wolfman, brilliant question there. So TikTok it's a brilliant tool. I mean, I also hate it because they're always putting in silly rules that trip us up left, right, and centre. But it is also a brilliant thing now, isn't it? It's very good at showing you what you are interested in there. And it's a bit of a double-edged sword because it doesn't seem to filter it out there. And I definitely know during the whole the Free Eye Atlas craze, when that was really popular there was so much information going around, and it's good at directing that to you. But there was also bad information in there, and it's so hard to tell it apart. And I think it takes us back, doesn't it, to anything that is effective. If it is a powerful tool, it is capable of good and bad. So nuclear energy, nuclear bombs there as well, and this is effective at distributing information, but it's also effective at distributing bad information as well. But it is a fantastic way to get these things around, isn't it, Wolfman? But it's a good question. Why can't we just have a bit more of this elsewhere? Oh, Agent X, I see you in. I didn't even see you pop in there. How are you? They were kneeling down and just staring at me, but showing me some comfort. Are they, you may have mentioned this, are they humanoid ones, or are they greys, or what are they physically, your ones there? And I kept telling myself, have you ever heard about the Madge incident in Brazil? Oh, I don't know. I've heard of some in Brazil. In fact, there's quite a lot of activities, isn't there, in the South America's way, but I don't specifically know of the Madge one. There's ones that come to mind was a crash recovery that went wrong, and the Brazilian army didn't survive. That one, the troops that were sent in to do the recovery, they perished. There was the Virginia case. That's a very prominent one, isn't it, for Brazil? But is it one of those, or is it another one there? I'm not Christian in the slightest, but I have had the Archangel Metatron visit you. And how did that present as well? Ugly Get, thank you for the heart. How are you? Good to see you in. Yeah, how did that? Is it like having a physical person there in front of you, or is it like an abstract representation? Is it a lot of light and things like that? How are you doing, Ugly Git? Good to see you, guys. If you need your passports for the stream stamped, let me know, because we can start doing some passport stamping in a minute. There, I'm almost caught up with the messages there. Been here since the beginning. I haven't seen you pop in. Then I do miss some obvious things in the chat sometimes. I feel a bit of both, and I feel a female presence along with a male. Ah, interesting as well. Because you do wonder as well, like, is there, is the sex split there between male and female in humanity on that biological sort of level there? Like, is that necessarily relevant for an alien evolutionary tree, Because we initially did that split, didn't we, to prevent viruses from being passed down genetically there. That's why we spread the genetic distribution across, in the hopes that the new product of that, the baby, won't have the bad viruses transferred down there. Increases our odds there. But would that be needed necessarily in an alien world? Maybe it's just such a useful thing as convergent evolution for that. Scotland are going to kick Brazil, are they, V? Alan's put money on Brazil, so I don't know what that's for luck. The platform is a mare. I either have no live feed and no comments, or no ability to heart, and it freezes. It's a hate-hate relationship, but when it works, I like it, and then I forget all about it. But that is rare. Like they were in the same person. Ah, okay. But I might have been dreaming in and out. That is a very interesting take on it there. I mean, integration there. a sense of a huge light being with wings that filled the room, and very comforting. So I think when people talk about the comforting angle, I mean, the rest of that is amazing there, and you can quite easily see how then, like, the literal religious stories were then taken from experiences like that, where that may be a light being, that may be an actual physical being in the world. I say physical, contradiction there with the light, but you know what I mean, there might be an organism, a higher alien intelligence that could be viewed that way. But the sense of comfort there, the positivity. When I heard, is it the Dan Burrish stories there of working with J-Rod, which was basically Area 51 S4. This guy claims to be a whistleblower. Worked rather than on the craft like Bob Lazar, worked a couple of levels down, working with apparently a live captured ET, a grey type there. And what was interesting was one of the things, part of their training was to not look them in the eye, because there's something about that they can, basically trigger an endorphin rush in you, and therefore you're more compliant. So whenever I hear the positive part of it, I go, oh, that's good. And I go, oh, but is there some form of manipulation going on there? And I don't want to take anything away from anybody's personal experience. I've not had one, so I can't fully comment. But that always just comes to the back of my mind when I hear it there. And you did feel them, right? Well, Rachel. As well, Kate coming in. How are you doing, Kate? Thank you for sending the stream around there, guys. Tapping away, sending the stream around to your friends. It's how we reach everybody there, make some new friends. We do. I've been considering that one, Tickers. Actually, I have actually been considering that one. That's been a little project in the back of my mind this week, but I'm not as skilled in those areas, sadly. The guy from MUFON just told me over and over that it is interdimensional. So I am open to the interdimensional thing here, but at the end of the day, I think anybody that speaks incredibly confidently about anything within this fact here, how I'm skeptical of, if anybody is passionately confident, because even if you've had that physical experience yourself multiple times, we're still talking about things that don't have an established measurement structure, a measurement process there, and our interpretation as humans is only good as our experience. So I'm always skeptical when people are fully confident, and dimensions, I think, is one of the areas that is very interesting, because dimensions we don't necessarily have a good cultural understanding of. We tend to think of dimensions as in, and they're definitely used in a sort of a multiverse sort of way, that there's a space, there's a bubble, you can go in, that's a different dimension, you can hop in and hop out of them. But dimensions are just extra ways of interacting with the overall place here. So we it's not that there's a different place, it's just that there's an extra part to this place. So that's something for me that always, so an extra dimensional being there would also most probably interact mostly in the 3 dimensions, but not necessarily there. But it's so hard to get a good grasp on it. But I do think there could be a strong correlation with the phenomena and the extra dimension there. Are we seeing the 3-dimension part of a 5-dimension creature or craft or object there? And that's why it looks a bit weird to us, because we're only seeing one part of it, as if a 2-dimensional person was just seeing us, our 2-dimensional representation. We're not going to look like we look now. We're not going to interact in those ways as well. There. No Scotland, no party. They're buzzing for you to come over. Yeah, that's because they haven't had you over yet, though, Scotland. Is it? Once you're done, the streets will be littered with battered Mars bars and torn tartan. Okay, didn't J-Rod escape and drill a guard? So I've heard. I don't know if it was J-Rod, but I don't know if I've done a lot of research on that one. I have heard separate cases where there was an escape one and a guard did get, as you say, drilled there as well. I didn't know that they were connected, but may well be for that. 100%. I was meditating and wanting to connect with my guide, and I did not dare open your eyes there, as you could sense it. Because again, eyes, that's just one of our sensory suite there. You don't need just that, Leah, to know that something's going on there. Yeah, but I heard they... Oh... Oh, yes, they probably did. So, there, Rachel. And Frederick, how are we doing there? What about if they wore sunglasses when they talked to them so they couldn't do it? Well, it depends how the mechanism actually works there, but I don't know on the specifics, but maybe that was a way of preventing it. There, it's blocking the direct contact there. Maybe it's something to do with the big eyes, because we know that big eyes triggers endorphins as well, doesn't it, with us? And that's why the most popular pets are the ones with the big puppy dog eyes, because it triggers that bond, that dopamine, the endorphin rush there for us. So maybe there's an extreme version of that's why they've got such damn big eyes. But possibly, yeah, the sunglasses could work for that. But personally, if ever I have an abduction experience, I'm looking at the nose, or the whatever they've got for a nose. I ain't looking at the eyes. Like they're there, but not. But I still don't get it. I mean, it's trying, isn't it? Trying to bend our heads around understanding things that if we don't have a day-to-day interaction with, how are we going to have as much of an understanding around that as we would with the things that we do? A lot of what we learn is contextual, isn't it, through experience as well. Built up over many years there. Oh, and you're off to bed, Tickers. Well, good night, and we'll see you later during the week there. And we are a soul that has lived many lives there. I'm hearing so many things around souls, that we're vessels for souls, that souls are being harvested there and stuff like that. And I just don't know enough about it. I've heard, again, contextually, I hear a lot about it, but I don't have a good personal grasp of where the soul definition starts and stops, really. But I'm very interested by it there. Alush is the soul harvesting by NDE. Oh, we're on the same subject here. So, I heard something about the moon being involved in all of that as well. Yeah, that was it. He did. I don't know if it was Jay, or it might have been. Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you there, Rachel. Yeah, like I totally wouldn't blame them at all. But it's just that having that capability, makes me, the back of my mind, can be used for good or bad. Although I could do with feeling a bit good every now and again. Alan, can you look me in the eyes? I could do with it cheering me up. They're too busy blurking at the same. And Frederick as well, welcome aboard there. Guys, if you're not already clicked through to join our little community, do make sure you are. We do something like this every night. If it's cloudy, we're doing this, the live alien radio signal hunt. If it's clear, though, we're doing the live UFO UAP skywatch there, looking for the weird and wonderful flying around in the night skies over Wiltshire. And TikTok just kicked you out for saying no Scotland. What? I mean, it still posted it, V. So TikTok is just ridiculous. Let's check out over here. Polaris can't be seen in the southern hemisphere, but the imaginary celestial pole, Sigma Octaris, can be seen in the north. Interesting. I don't know. I've not looked there as well. Well, yes, Megatron. I think of Peep Show, which was their remote control for all the different TV remotes. They take them together. Was it called the Megatron? And Scotland as well. I used to have sleep deficiency hallucinations with my second kid. I saw a bug walking on the ceiling and going into portals. I was fully conscious and I knew I was hallucinating. That is, it's a horrible experience, but that is fascinating there. I mean, and was it like full on clear as day? Like, you could see the detail and all of that there. And how did you still know it was an hallucination? Like, how did you keep yourself grounded? Because I bloody struggle with that one. Xena is in. How are we doing there? Here is a cue I've never understood. If gravity attracts objects to larger objects, why don't we just fly straight into the sun? So, this is beyond my pay grade here, and I've been trying to answer that one as well there. So we are in a stable orbit around the sun, so why are we not just continuously pulled in? There is, I don't know, is it to do with the speed as well that we're going at there? Because we are in this stable orbit with that as well, but we can very quickly, that balance can shift, and we can lose the orbital momentum there, and we can shoot off or shoot in and stuff like that. It is a bit of a fine balance there, because when we're doing the skywatch, we're seeing all those things in motion up there. We're starting to learn a little bit about some of these orbits there, and they essentially fall, but in a big circle. So in every loop they get that little bit closer, but there are some stationary orbits and things like that. But I mean, it's a good question, Scotland. It's a good question, but I struggle with the orbital mechanics there, but good to see you in Xena as well. And because you're still using a non-existent Newtonian plane, there we go. I didn't think we still use Newtonians to that degree, Newtonian physics there. I know it's the basis, but it was adapted from that point. And Mikhail, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
There we go. Right, who needs their passport stamped, guys? Never had TikTok kick you out, you don't think? Not yet, Kate, but it's any minute now. There. Oh, exactly right. And Rockstar, listen to the Lacerta files. You understand how the Greys can control your sphere of influence. I've heard a little bit on the Lacerta files. I need to pay more attention, because I put it on and then I got on with something else, and I caught the first bit. And this is interesting. If I'm thinking of the right ones, Lacerta is the reptilian that isn't it, that claim to then release some of that information. If I'm right there. Adrian X, they shadow banned my last 9 posts as I declined their promo. They are absolutely ridiculous. And because we've had that one little technical interruption earlier in the stream as well, they've stopped showing the stream around to new people. So that one thing trips us up. So we might not be able to, until we get an even better internet connection, guys. If you're over on the YT or on that one, you might have to find us on TikTok for the medium term there, until we can get an improved internet connection, because it doesn't seem to be liking it there. Bougie, hello. Oh, and thank you for the gifts and feeding, Alan.
Nom nom, thanks guys.
How are we doing tonight there? And how are we going, Wayfind? Always good to see you in there. Mantis being right there. It's to do with the speed. So it is to do with the speed then that we're moving, than the centrifugal force sort of thing there. And stayed awake 11 hours and never hallucinated, but then I did sleep for 36 when I got home. Possibly over the sustained period there of having a new baby, maybe. Definitely not going to talk about the potato, just in case, yeah. Actually, yeah, they stopped showing us when you joined us, Kate. Oh, I've said it now, haven't I? Thank you, V. I do think it's hilarious. And Bougie as well. Again, thank you.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for feeding. Alan, how are you doing, Bougie? Good to see you in. Has your weekend been a good one there? The new Spielberg promo looks identical to the Greys. So, Wayfind, I haven't seen the promo yet. I know it was expected to drop, and I haven't seen it yet, and I'm very excited. So this is Steven Spielberg's new film coming out, I think, like mid next year, literally called Disclosure, and he is one of the people that is reported to have a little bit of that inside knowledge, and maybe charged with the duty there to kind of seed certain ideas and attitudes towards ET there in the wider cultural consciousness. So it's not, it's not like a hard disclosure. We have some information and some attitude there. It's a good question, Rachel. I can't remember. I think in this context, Lacerta was telling us some interesting stuff, but I don't know if overall they are the reptilians. We're all good, Bougie. We're all good here. And Wolfman as well. Is this one of the signals that Travis and the others were getting at the Skinwalker Ranch? So, I don't think so. So I'm still making my way through Skinwalker Ranch at the minute. But at the minute, we're not really getting any signals. We're waiting and we're listening. We haven't had one tonight. It's been actually quite quiet. Even the background noise seems to be a lot quieter than normal. I know they were looking, and I've seen a couple of episodes where they're getting signals in at 1.6. So my understanding at the minute is that 1.6, that channel, that frequency there, is more to do with actual UFOs communicating, and maybe it's something that they're emitting themselves. What we're looking for here at 1.420 is more of the civilization sending a very high-powered radio message there, reaching out into the stars, going, hello, is anybody else out there? Trying to make contact like that. That's more along those lines. But we do want to start looking at those ones, see if we can replicate some of that ourselves there. Does sound interesting. That'd be fascinating to talk. Yes. Oh, 100% there. Going to say something that could possibly make me sound as the Raph. It won't be any worse than anything I've sound, but Fire said that. So fire away. You'll be fine. And guys, right. So who needs their stream passport stamps? Because we haven't done that yet. So guys, if you've not got one yet, well, we've got these physical passports, little souvenir for the stream. They've got 12 little tasks, and each one you complete, you get a stamp. We put your name in it, and it says the holder of this passport is exempt from abduction, invasion, and probing, and it's signed by the head of Galactic Tyranny, Alan. There. So once you've completed it, you've got your stamp. We can post it to you there. And the stamps, the tasks are things like follow us on TikTok, follow us there, follow us. Join us for a SETI stream, what we're doing now. Join us for a Skywatch there. Spot a UFO with us. Join that one. Join us this one, but you can use the free one, so you don't have to pay. Join us for a deep dive over there as well. Little things like that, and we stamp you off each and every time there. So where were we? Who needed one of those? No, I've read that one. 1.6 is reserved. Exactly, I would say 1.6 is reserved for Earth to space communication. I think it's the Iridium satellite phone networks were the ones that were using it over here in this territory. Yeah, but 1.6 there, so we can't say, if we did get a signal on 1.6, we can't say, is it alien or is it human technology? Whereas this frequency, nothing is allowed to use this frequency, so it at least helps us filter out some of those. And thank you for sending the stream around there. I use a 6682. Appreciate that. It's how we reach more people there, make some new friends, and get on more eyes and minds looking at the phenomena. Bougie, you need one. Well, 100% you need one. Let's get you one filled out. So the stamping, the tasks start from the date of filling these out. Hold on. And what day are we today? 14th? Yeah, 14th. So, Bougie, I can immediately give you a stamp, because we know that you, Tip doesn't like me saying the word, but follow us here. So I'll give you a stamp for that. Boom. And obviously you are watching a SETI stream with us now. Boom. So you get a stamp for that. And you have already today fed Alan. So you get that stamp there, so you've already got your first free. So what you need to do is, when you're in on a Skywatch stream, type stamp in the chat, and I'll stamp you for that one. Same as if you spot a falling star, a UFO in those ones. Over on here, we've got a whole channel on there, so you've got to make sure you signed up there. But there's a channel there for it. Just put stamp in that particular channel, that little server, I think they call it on Discord, there as well. And are you signed up over there? Again, you've got the link at the top of our TikTok page. That takes you through to free for a month. So once you've done that one, and make sure you do the Skywatch, so you're on the free trial, not the free tier, because the free tier won't actually allow you to join for the deep dive, which is another stamp. And we'll be doing our next deep dive over on that platform. When we're doing that, this Thursday coming at 11 PM UK time, and there's another whistleblower account, a fresh one, a new one. It's going to be really, really interesting there. So it's plenty of stamps for you guys if you're joining us for that one. Wasn't she 28 years old or something like that? I have no idea. I can't really remember. They're out for Bougie as well. Thank you for feeding out some more
guys.
there. Okay, well, I can stamp you for those. Boom, boom, was filling up quick, Bougie. Yeah, and then once they're done, we can post them off to you. See, a little stream souvenir. So Where's the B section? I've organised these a little bit better now. We've got quite a few on the go. Does anybody need their SETI stream stamped, passport stamped? Just for that, yeah, we already got that one stamped. That's all stamped now. You've got your one stamped for this, Arco. You have to join us Thursday night for the deep dive to get that stamp. I'll have to message you afterwards. I haven't checked Discord recently, this evening, I don't think, Arco, so we can figure out how to get you that sorted. Well, we were on a little bit early tonight, about 10 to 8. Maybe Sundays, I think, are a little bit better at 8, I think. Just testing it. Oh, my God, I need it. I'll be totally behind. There, let's have a look. Where are we on the tubes? But could a dark matter not be gravity itself? Oh, Raf, I think you're touching on real big brain stuff with that, because of what I understand is we argue about what gravity is. Is it a fundamental force? Is it not? Is it more of an effect? And all of this stuff like that. So I think it's a pretty good question to ask. But I don't think the big brains actually have a good answer for that one. So I like it, Raf. I like it there. How are we doing? Good to see you in there, Mayor, as well. How are you this evening? It's time for Alan Walkies, yeah. It's not a thick question. There, and I appreciate the tapping away, guys, and sending the stream around. Dark Matter is a TV show. So have I seen... No, I'm just thinking of Dark, the TV show. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Dark Matter as a TV show. What is the time now, anyway? And tapping is clapping. Thank you, Boji. So, yeah. We've got another, 40 minutes of the stream left there? Oh, you can hear Otis. I just caught... Can't hear me from up here, apparently, so... Yeah, there should be a stamp for that one, Raf. Killjoy's Order Fight again. No, but I haven't seen those. But the radio is a little bit quiet tonight. We're not even getting those interference signals, are we? And we're not getting... Where's my cursor? Yeah, we're not getting it here, and we're not getting it here either. Just the normal undulations, and we're at 47, 48 rather than the 52, 53%. So it's quite noticeable. It's quite noticeably quiet, isn't it? It's very, very, very odd there. Dark is fantastic. It's one of those series that I watched and I enjoyed it, but in between each season, I totally forgot it existed. And now I've finished it, I can't remember any of it. Was the last season on a cruise ship? Or am I mixing that with something else there? Expanse. I got a few episodes in, but then for some reason I forgot to watch it. Totally forgot. I still want to watch. Is it Pluribus? I haven't seen it yet. Leanne is still hogging the TV. Now we're going to have to literally Harco at the same time there. Yeah, I still haven't seen that one yet. Ooh, let me come through to here. Yep. Yeah. So very, very interesting indeed that it is a little bit quiet. I wonder if there's anything celestial that we can apportion to that. I still want to see it there. Is it still ET for movie night? It is looking like ET for movie. Well, I think it has been settled now. Yeah, I think the vote has ended. The ET won the vote for our movie club. So, Carl, hello. Good to see you in. How are you doing? How was your weekend? So, yeah, yeah, movie club's going to be the 26th, so it's going to be a Boxing Day one, hopefully. Yeah, and it'll be 10 p.m. Be sitting down together with Alan to watch our alien-themed movie of the month, and it is going to be E.T. So do join us for that. Yeah, 10 p.m. UK time, Boxing Day here, so the 26th of December. If you want to join in for that when you haven't already, do join us over there. That's where we will basically press play individually at the same time and then chat along in there, and it's all quite fun and gets a little bit unhinged. Love Black Mirror. I mean, that was pretty good. I think we're going to look back on that and be like, yeah, they nailed it on the head a few times there. Always cry at E.T. Well, I wonder if Alan's going to cry. All good, Carl, all good. Busy, but good. But hey, we're getting close to the Christmas break now, so a few more things to get out of the way, and then we can put our feet up, he says. Oh, the yawns have caught me tonight. Oh, when do we all break for work then? I think I break, last day should be Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday might be a later stream. Depends. It's the work due, but I can't stay too late to have to catch a train, so I probably will be on a bit later, but hopefully not too much later there. But Friday and Saturday as well, I'll be off visiting family, so I won't have a stream for that. But Thursday night, we will be having our next deep dive. Where is the artwork for that? Because that will remind me of what it was, the specifics on what it was about there. Where is it? So it's our off-world cousins. That was it. So it's a whistleblower there. It's talking about the alien phenomena. I think they worked Area 51 again there, but it's to do with touching in and reaffirming all of the underwater base stuff there. And also that there is this relationship, this genetic connection with the aliens there. So I'm really looking forward to that one, because these deep dives are really fun, especially when you get the whistleblower reports. I absolutely love that. So, yeah, having a fresh one there that's going to be talking about those connections. Very, very interesting indeed. Amy, how are we doing? Good to see you. Astrid as well, thank you for the rose. It's very, very kind of you there. Oh, and Agent X as well. I missed you there. Thank you for the gift set. It goes back into the stream. Not taken with Pluribus. I mean, I'm on the fence. It's buying the Breaking Bad guy, isn't it? And nothing's ever going to beat Breaking Bad. So I don't know if I'm going to have my expectations too high. But I'm hearing, good things, mostly, there. And sure, the chat will be hilarious. And the chat will be. The chat will be unhinged, I'm sure, for that one there. Working right... Oh, retired, so you've not got to worry about that now. And you're working right up to Xmas. That is cruel. Leanne told me the other day, actually, yeah, she's working up until Xmas Eve. And I laughed. I said, haha, annual leave. I'm drowning in annual leave. I just can't ever take it, though, because there's never time. I drove 360 kilometres this weekend. Wife did buy a lot of fun stuff in the German extra markets. That does sound quite fun, though, but also sounds expensive, though, Harko. And then off until the 12th. Okay, now that is good. You've got, yeah, that works out quite well there. Don't know if I think I'm back on the 2nd. Last day is Thursday too, but back in during the Twilight Zone. But oh no, you need that bit to kind of adjust and to fall out of sync. Yeah, there. Oh, there. It definitely looks like hard work. I couldn't do it. Has our friend the signal anomaly on the hydrogen line gone? Carl, it has, and the interference line, the normal bit of interference that we get is gone as well. And overall percentage, it is quite low at the minute. It's very, very strange indeed. If you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We're searching the hydrogen line. That is the yellow line at the top of the screen. It's the channel on the radio dial there that scientists theorize we're most likely to hear the message from an alien civilization should it come through. And over the years, there have been some very interesting signals heard right there indeed. So that's what we're on the lookout for tonight. Say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from and how do you feel about the alien phenomena there as well. Are we all alone in a dark space? Are we wasting our time? Or is life absolutely abundant, but maybe these distances are far too vast to travel physically, or even maybe in radio as well? Let us know how you feel there as well. But good spotting there, Carl, as well. Watched Leftovers when that came out. That was eerily shocking. What's that one? You're gonna have to start linking me to this, because Ajax, you've got some good movie picks. Like, I know you used to rib me, didn't you, back in the day when we did this, and we talk about the film Contact, because what we're doing now is kind of like what they were doing in the film Contact there with Jodie Foster, listening out for those messages. And you kept saying, what was it? The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. It's not Arrival with Amy Adams, recent one, which is a very good film. This is The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. Again, it's another SETI based one. That's how the story starts. And eventually I couldn't sleep one night and it came up on Prime. I'm like, I'm going to watch that. Agent X recommends it, and it was a very good film, so I'm keen for your recommendations. Permanently in the Twilight Zone. I do wonder, you've got to have structure, haven't you, when you're retired? But is it a good Twilight Zone? No. Don't get annual leave. It's novel to me. This is the first time I've been employed, so yeah, I'm making the most of it there. Robbie's in. How are you doing? How's your weekend going? Outer space, how are you doing there? They come through when you tap into your own brain and not a primitive radio transmitter. Well, there is a lot of talk, isn't there, around this consciousness connection, this psionic, telepathic connection with these things. And there, a lot of evidence for that. I think it's a very, very interesting connection, but it doesn't necessarily just need to be one thing going on at all in this as well. If that is part of the phenomena, it's most likely to be part of the phenomena for some species, but space is so vast, and statistically, if there's one or two other intelligent species out there at the same time as us, there's likely to be many, many more. And radio is, as you say, it's primitive there. It's quite easy access to get that. So that is why actually listening on this frequency, it actually works in our favor for that one, because if you want a message to be heard, you want to choose the most accessible way possible for that to be done, and radio is that. Again, it's quite a low bar, so you're going to reach as many people as possible there. And even though your technology for communication might be advanced there, it might be lasers, it might be some sort of quantum property there, like quantum tunneling or entanglement. There may be a way that we do not realize yet to transfer data through those things, or it might all be consciousness, it might all be telepathic in nature. There might be something there for your communication technology. You've got to reach people that might not be the case for. So radio is the perfect reason for doing that. And no matter what your technology is, you're always going to have eyes and ears on this frequency, because it is so useful for radio astronomy, for listening and learning about the universe. So there'll always be ears on this, and this is why it's good to put a message here regardless. There. And it's do all the mandatory training and sorting folders on the OneDrive. Oh, that sounds horrendous. I've got to kind of do that in anticipation next week, so it's going to be fun. I'm going to get it out of the way first. E.T. movie night is going to be fun. I think it's going to be very, very fun. Carl there as well. And Kate, as Kate says, life is abundant, like the pestilential alien pet lice. The pestilential alien pet lice on the Candy Floss planet. Exactly, I've forgotten about those. And Alan is always bringing back some sort of infection because he doesn't wash his hands after a probing. Alan, we've told you. Gloves at the very least. And Carl.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for feeding, Alan. Oh, I still have to watch the movie ISS. Is that the one? Because I saw a trailer going around a while ago, that it was, astronauts on the ISS, and they kind of look out the window and the whole world's blown up. And I thought, that looks like a really good movie. I like the premise. I like that. Let's see how they'll deal with that. And then I never saw what movie it was. Is that one, Harko? Because if so, I need to watch that one as well. And Andres as well, thank you for sending the stream around. You guys tapping away, sending the stream around to your friends and family. That is how we reach more and more like-minded people there, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. Did you chat with Whitley Strieber when he went live the other night on the UK? No, I missed it. I totally missed it there. And I'm not a good chatter. I don't know how to participate with people. Best feeling is putting your emails to out of office. It is, but it also, for me, I can't leave it like that long, because then I'm like, what am I going to come back to? So I always end up about midway through the Christmas holiday. I go, right, I'm just going to look at my emails. I'm going to get that done. And I always end up doing a bit of work there. I can't shut off. I'm going to try this year. I'm going to try. Hence the space worms, exactly. Loving the stickers there, Carl. And we are down to, thanks to you guys, we are literally down to our last 2 sets of stickers. Where's that? Oh, gone. Oh, there it is. Right, hold on. This is how many passports we've got going. It's over 40 of you guys now have got active stream passports. Okay, maybe we've got one less. No, there it is. There it is. Right, stream stickers. There we go. Our actual stream stickers are physically available in the TikTok shop, but there's literally two left, I think, now. And I can't wait till they find the last of the 13 crystal skulls. Oh, Wolfman, the crystal skulls. When I first discovered those as a kid, like in the books on interesting things, like that was the joy. You know, that there was a mystery out there so perfect, so amazing, like that. You know, like I remember that feeling of, this is so amazing, I need to dedicate my life to discovering more about these. And then I didn't, as you can tell. But I do love a good crystal skull related mystery there. Going in your stocking for Christmas. Good, I love it. You got yours through, did you? Who ordered some recently? Anyway, I did send them on Saturday, so if you're in the chat, we did get those posted for you. I mean, a lot of people forget Black Mirror is written by a comedian that makes it better, in my opinion. Yes, it's Charlie Brooker, isn't it? And, I mean, comedians, you know, they're sometimes the bellwether, isn't it? You know, obviously it's serious how he's conveying the message, but it's comedians that still highlight the hypocrisy and the dangers of certain directions where we are culturally. So 100% right people, if they can, you know, write it in that way. 100% are there. Let me have a quick drink. Any of you guys on the tubes, do you need your passport stamped? Has anybody not got their SETI stream stamp? I wonder who's next to get their one filled out. But you're going to have another opportunity for... You'll be able to get your deep dive stream, guys. You'll be getting that stamp on a Thursday night. And I don't know when we're going to do a gaming stream. So that might be the bottleneck for a lot of you guys. But we will get it. We will get another one soon. I was hoping to do last night. But we'll get those stamped, and then we can, in the new year, we can post off all of your passports there as well. Then figure out what's the next thing that we're going to do. I still want to do Thingo Bingo, but I don't know. I have to send you the bingo cards out first. So we'll have to figure that one out. But yeah, we're going to be probably, if you guys are on there or there, so the tubes and elsewhere, we're probably going to have to go back down to just TikTok for a while, guys, until we can figure out our connection, because it's still, although it seems to be mostly stable, it only takes once or twice for it to totally crash the stream. So if you don't see us on the tubes for a while, guys, it's because we've had to just come over here. So you might have to find us on the TikTok for a bit. I can assure you it's not as bad as it sounds. Just come and find us straight away and don't spend any time in the other bit. But we'll hopefully get back on the tubes and elsewhere as soon as we can get some better internets. Well, I'll tell you, I got the person who lived at our old address something nice on multiple occasions. Halfway across the country. But yes, can you believe it? Even though I ordered things last month, there are still a couple of things that haven't arrived yet. And you look at it and go, why haven't you arrived? Have you even been shipped yet? Frustrating. A quiz about the planets and the unexplained. Oh, I like that, Carl. We could do a quiz night, couldn't we? Every now and again, like a community quiz night. Lots of stuff still here. Frustratingly, I've got one bit of kit that I've ordered for us here, like a new card to take in, a new video card, basically, that we can take in all these video sources that are going to be a bit more stable and hopefully a higher quality as well. But it will allow us to take in more video sources as well. So when we outsource this radio stream to a separate computer, we can bring it in via that. Anyway. expensive bit of kit. So it's one of those deliveries you're watching every step of the way. Is it going to come through? Is it going to make it internationally? Is it going to come in? And it's been stuck in... it got to the UK, but it's been stuck at the Royal Mail depot since last Wednesday with no movement. And I'm like, no movement, you've lost it. No, that's going to be a pain. I'm hoping every day I log on. Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Is it going to update? But I'm hopeful there. But yeah, I'm also hopeful, although I don't know how it's going to work with our internet as well. So we've been trying to get this, I'm trying to make this software available to you guys. So when we get it on that separate computer, you'll be able to log in and log in via a website, even if we're not streaming, to get our radio signal analysis screen up there. And you could monitor it in your free time if you fancy it, and then log anything anomalous. And I'm still working on the software for that, but I'm wondering how much that will hog the internet, having that active as well. Oh well, we can still test it, can't we? Something I ordered from China was deported at the airport. Well, actually, that's what you want, isn't it? You want it deported. You want it deported back over to Scotland. What sort of contraband items have you been trying to order there, V? Is it plutonium or something? But it's strangely quiet. What style? We've got Zurak that'll be coming into range. Is that about 200 light years from us? I think Zurak is the next star that is going to be in range. You guys on the TikTok, I don't know if you can actually. I think it's just off the edge of your screen. You can see the stars that will be in range soon. So, yeah, well, actually, it's taken a while. Maybe it's going to be another week or so yet. But I'm waiting for the Orion constellation to be our main source for this stream, because it's just on the cusp towards the end, so it'll take a week or two, but that might be in a perfect range for our dish a little bit later on there in the year, in a couple of weeks time. Lots of potential signal source stars in that constellation. Don't know, they sent it back to China. It was a remote control aeroplane. Oh, it was deported. Why would that's so frustrating. Why would they do that? Tell you what I've seen, I'm surprised that they've not stopped them doing this, but it's a lot on Etsy and places like that. And I suppose it's coming from obviously the conflict that's in the Ukraine at the minute, but people are making 3D printed things for your drones that you can attach to your drone and remotely drop bombs. I'm just going to say it. There we go. And I'm like, okay, in of itself, it's not dangerous, but it's still technically a launch system. That's quite. How is that still available? And can I order them without getting put on some sort of list? Because it does look cool. There. And what is your take on the recently discovered two? Oh, on the recently discovered two what? I don't think the rest of it came through there, Wolfman, but I want to hear it. Probably forgot to put Made in China on it. Yeah, there. And it was from Temu. Someone must have been smuggling through. Oh, someone must have been smuggling from my part. Keeps happening, V. Keeps happening. What is it you're trying to get in? Amazon now deliver in the UK by drone in some areas. Oh, excellent. I like the sound of that. 2.2 million elements. Oh, I've not heard of that one. Again, I've got a very rough understanding of the periodic table there and the elements that are sort of involved in that. But don't they say that obviously the way elements work is it's the number of atoms and things like that. So you can always predict to a degree out, can't you? Because it's just add an atom and then what that property might add to it there. So I think a lot of it is predictable. So like when people say about Bob Lazar talking about element 115 before we technically discovered it, so we hadn't seen it or observed it or were able to make it, but it was theorized to exist. Before he talked about it, because it was just, well, there's an element 12, there's an element 13, there's that sort of thing there. Now he's still talking about a stable version of that, which we still haven't seen. We've seen an unstable, short-lived version of it there. So, but for it to be that much, so we're talking, was it like, how many elements are there? Well, 115. So yeah, it's going to be the 100 or so, isn't it? So to go up to 2 million. That's not even just, oh, we've got some extra elements there. That is how we think about elements, and how that is a total shift there. That's very, very interesting. We scroll down. There we go. I wonder if we can get those drone deliveries in. I'm always ordering weird stuff though, so never comes easy. Oh, try not to yawn. Live. There we go. Trying to think, is there anything else that we could do stream wise, gathering evidence like this? So it's got to be participatory like this, like that we're all doing the same sort of thing together, monitoring and stuff. For the quiz, yeah, can't do too many quizzes because then I have to think. But is there any sort of other sorts of types of analysis that we could be doing? We've got our sky watching, seeing if if anything's up there in the sky. We've got this, seeing if there's any radio signals coming in. But what else? Is there anything else? Ideas on a postcard. Sorry. It's getting me, guys. I might have to have an early night. Oh, meteor watch. Oh. Yeah. That could work. We could try and do a similar thing to what, it would be a different frequency range. Because you can pick them up, can't you, coming into the atmosphere. I definitely want to do more ghost stuff, though. I'm trying to talk to Leanne about doing this. I'm going to actually have to think of some experiments, though. All right, come on in. I know there's some of you guys that have got your passports, but you haven't got your SETI stream stamped, so give me a shout. Let's have a look. I'm going to do this manually. Now, for one, Agent X, have you got this stamped? I don't feel like I've stamped your passport enough. You pretend that you don't want a passport. But I came across yours the other day and I was like, it's not. There's not one stamp on here, Agent X. Tut-tut, let's give you a SETI stamp. We'll give you TikTok, obviously. And we'll give you your SETI stamp there as well. There you go. You get in there. NASA eyes have a live asteroid watch, and we could look at. Oh yeah, that was it. And Harko, you were sending me some good cameras as well. That's a good shout. Oh, of course you've completed it. Mind Labs. So Mind Labs, yes, we do want to do more of that. The only thing at the minute is with the streams being so quiet, and we're relying on the mass, aren't we? The outsourced mass of minds to contribute to it. So we need kind of like the summer numbers to really kind of hopefully get a statistical sort of chance on that one, because we do want to do more of those. You'll be the last captain on the sinking ship. I'll be force feeding it. Come on, Agent X, get it stamped. What is the SETI stamp? Wolf. I forget if you knew. So what it is, we do these lot of souvenirs. So it's a stream passport, and they're free. And we put your name and your details in it. It's a bit of fun. It says the holder of this passport is exempt from abduction, invasion, and probing, and it is signed by the head of galactic tyranny, Alan. There are 12 different tasks to do there, and every task you do is you get a stamp. So one of the tasks is join us for a SETI stream, which is this stream right now, so you get a stamp for that. Our UFO Skywatch stream is another stamp, so if you're in on one of those, you say stamp and we get your passport and we stamp it. Following us on TikTok gets a stamp there, following us there and there. So there's lots of things like that. And then once it's complete, we post it off to you as well. So if you want one, you are more than welcome. We can set you one up there. NASA can't be trusted, 100% there. Saw a NASA woman today say every rocket launch was being tracked by a UFO. I wouldn't be surprised. And a bunch of rockets. It's getting you banned there. Should we set you one up then, Wolf? We're up to a date. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Yeah, not much activity at all tonight, but Zurich is just about to come in range. There, so maybe there'll be something coming from that closer star, but not that close. So we're 200 light years. You know, you're in the same town at 200 light years. You're a couple of streets over in space terms there. Doing pilot training on helicopter simulator. I like a good simulator game, but the novelty runs out quick for me. I think I just like all of the buttons that you can get for them, and the idea of just getting more buttons. That's probably what appeals to me mostly. Although Farming Sim did hold its charm for me for quite a while. There's something therapeutic about that. Crash on the PlayStation. I needed to do a flight sim. Astral travelled and ended up flying a hijacked helicopter. What? That's quite stressful. Were you the hijacker? Was it not hijacked until you travelled? Playing Spyro. Oh, there's something about PS1 games. Like the old... that sound of it coming on there, and that is nostalgic. 100%. Ooh, where are we? So all I play is old games there. Theme Hospital, Spyro. What were those PS1? Command and Conquer. Oh, what else? Original GTA. So nostalgic for those. You landed in the middle of a hijacking and no one could fly it. Crash Bandicoot, yes, that was one. I tried playing that again on one of those little cheap ones that you get all the games on it. And same for, yeah, there's just something about that sound, isn't that boot up sound? So I was really psyched. I don't have a PS5, I'm far too poor for that. And I'm going to be probably... there'll be the 6 will be out before I can afford to do it. But when they did the retro-looking PS5s, and they actually made the start-up screen, didn't they? The old PS1, and they were all grey, and the remotes were the same sort of colouring. I was like, oh, that is so nostalgic. That is so cool. Tomcat, hello. How are you doing? I almost wanted a PS5 just for that. You got the stick? Oh, is it with over 44,000 games? That is ridiculous. I think my one got it had some games in it, but it wasn't that many by far. It was like, I don't know, hundreds. And most of them were there. But I can't go for too long. I go, yeah, I get bored. I like multiplayer games where there's somebody I can mess with. I like to annoy and wind people up, so I have to have something like that. I'm not a fun teammate when it comes to playing games. Are you saying you've got that energy as well, V? Yeah, people get sick of me rather quick. But we've got what have we got on our gaming roster for when we do I fancy a bit of a mix up here. We've got Phasmophobia, haven't we? That's the paranormal ghost hunt, first person ghost hunt game. Very jumpy, very good. But there's also going to be that UFO version of it at some point in the new year. That's what spurred the idea. So it's going to be a first person alien UFO hunt, and I think that's going to be really cool for us to play together. We've got the Escape the Aoaki there. That's the Michael Jackson Haunted House first person one, and that's going to be that was quite funny, so we've got that to mix it up. But I've also got, and it's an older game now, but the Kerbal Space Program. So if you don't know what that is, Kerbals are these little kind of funny minion-esque kind of guys, and you build sort of you build rockets and things like that for space landers and things, but there's kind of real world physics to it, so you have to build these things quite right, or when you launch them they crash. And you got to get them into the right orbits, you've got to do the right burns, you've got to do get the fuel right and all the calculations there, so we can have our own little space program here. I thought that could be quite fun for us all to name the Kerbals, get attached to them, and then if we lose them in a lunar mission, that could be quite dangerous. But yeah, so we've got that one for us to play, but I'm saving to do that one, I think, with Pete at the time, so I think that'll be fun. Building some rockets together. Oh dear, we're knocking everything aside to side. Oh god, it's Monday tomorrow. Voyager game used to be cool. I mean, I'll have to look at it. It could be a good shout. I did download the demo for that UFO hunt one, because they've released the first couple of levels, but it wasn't working. It kept janking out on us. If I can get it working stably, I think we can maybe play the demo at least. Or the Division co-ops on that. I get anything that is co-op and allows me room for shenanigans. I like that. It's like the updated version of Lunar Lander. Oh, I don't think I played Lunar Lander. The Kerbal one is a bit older though. It's worth checking out because I played it once about 10 years ago. But yeah, you have to kind of assemble your rocket and get the right parts in, and make sure you've got enough stages to get to the orbits you want to do. It's got enough lift, it's got enough power. Then make sure you've got enough fuel. Then you launch it. You've got to press the buttons at the right time to do the different separations. Get it into that right sort of orbit there without using your fuel, and you can go visit all these other worlds. And stuff if you can get it right, and you can build little moon bases and things. The Division of Winter War is you defending the White House from an outbreak. Now that Agent X does sound good. I like the bottle episodes, that sort of stuff like that, when you're kind of tiny little pressure cooker of defense. Last Starfighter used to be. That rings a bell. I've never been that much of a gamer. I will find a game and then I'll kill it. I'll be on that solid for 6 months, not do anything else, and then that's it. I'll never touch it again. It'll take me 5 years to find a good game. I was like that with GTA Online, like that with Minecraft. It's so weird to see how popular that game is now with kids. Like, we played it pre-release, and now it's just so big. It's so weird that kids play that game. All the stuff we used to get up to on that. If you are just joining us, we are having a bit of a ramble, but we are looking for alien radio signals out there in the night sky. We've got a very, very large radio antenna here, and we're sweeping the stars, hoping to pass over a star where the planet is inhabited and sending us a signal there. If we do get a signal, it'll only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds. That is how long it'll take with the Earth's rotation there for us to sweep on, over, and off of a target that might be sending those signals. But that yellow line at the top of the screen there, that is the channel on the radio dial, the frequency that scientists theorize we're most likely to hear those messages. So that's what we're on the lookout for tonight. So say hello in chat if you're new here, and do make sure you're following us because we do something like this every night. So if it's cloudy, we're doing this. If it's a clear sky, there's some footage of our UFO UAP skywatcher, and we are based in Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So we see all the weird wonderful things in the night sky here. Or if the moon is up full, see all the craters, all the details, and talk about all the weird things that have been observed on and around the moon over the years. So yeah, hopefully you'll get those notifications when we go live there. Lunar Lander was a PC game in the early 90s. That might be why. I mean, I think I had like an Amiga in the early 90s. PCs were too expensive. The Division is so good. I got the full cosplay too, and the biomass. I'll have to look at that one because that sounds quite good. 7 Days to Die was a good one as well. That's a zombie one. I remember the movie of The Last Starfighter. It's such a good one. That might be why it rang a bell. Total Annihilation was a good combat and world sim. And the usual interference we normally have isn't there tonight. 100%. Yeah, so the overall background level seems to be lower. Like it's turning the 46-47%. That's normally 52-53, isn't it? But yeah, we're not getting the ridge here of local interference. We're not getting anything here as well, where we sometimes get it. So it just seems to be that it's Sunday up there in space as well. Apparently, you know, they're having a lazy day and having the night off by the looks of it. And can co-opt on battleships and tanks and get upgrades. Excellent. Oh, I've tried to get into some of those, but I forget. It's because Atlas, well, it's funny, isn't it, that we were getting all that background activity when Atlas was just about to go behind the sun, and then it goes behind the sun, it dies down again, comes out the other side, we get a jazzy, you know, background noise again, and now it's going quiet again. But isn't it still, it's coming towards its closest point to us, so you would have thought we would have still got some things there. The last ship, I saw that looked right up my street, Agent X, and you know, I didn't see the show, I saw the trailer or the advert, and then yeah, totally missed it. It's jazzy, exciting, jazzy, spicy, all of the Z's. Oh, right, well, we're coming up to 10 o'clock now, guys, so we're going to be off a little bit earlier tonight. We're doing an 8 till 10, but we'll be back on tomorrow, 9 till 11 UK time. And if it's clear, we'll be doing a Skywatch. If not, we'll be doing this. But either way, we'll be on as many times as possible. And next week then, we're going to have that deep dive over on the Patreon. That on the Thursday night at 11 PM. That another look at that new whistleblower with all of that information. It's going to be good fun. So make sure you join us for that. Link in bio for the first month for free. And you get that stamp as well for participating in that one too. But thank you everybody for keeping me company and sharing your awesome knowledge and asking you awesome questions as well. Can't wait for the 19th. 19th, I'm travelling, so I can't do the watch. It's just very frustrating. Otherwise, I would have been up probably early morning doing a stream for that. But yeah. But thank you everybody so much for your support, for hanging out with us, for asking your questions there, for tapping away, for sharing, helping us build up a little community, and gift us sub as Patreons as well too. Absolute legends, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.